see properly. There's actually footprints, by the way. It's just, it's not his actual footprint. It's just traditionally in ancient times, they carved the footprint to represent the Buddha. The earlier part of Buddhist history, Buddha statues weren't allowed. There was a period. So what they did was they carved footprints to represent the Buddha. Alright, so you came all that journey, all that problems, all that some of you were traumatized, I'm sure. So whatever it was, there was a purpose, and it's not, I know when we come here, oh, all I see is this. And that's it, after this we're going back already. You know? So, but this is one of the power places, we must make it. 4 places. Buddha himself said. The place where he was born, here. The place where he became enlightened, which was Bodh Gaya, you already went to. The place where he first turned the wheel of Dharma, we will go, it's near Varanasi. It's called Sarnath, or the Deer Park. And then the last one is, we also went, which is Kushinaga, where the Buddha passed into Parinirvana. These are the 4 power places. Okay, these are the places where you connect with future Buddhas in your prayer. Here, there's a special significance, the Buddha's birth. So for us, we're already born already, but however, we will be reborn again. So we're recreating, we have an aspiration to take a good rebirth. Not just pleasant rebirth. What in Buddhism, a good rebirth has many qualities to ideally lah. We want to take rebirth where it's near the Dharma. We want to take rebirth where the situation is conducive for Dharma. I won't say pleasant, but I would say conducive, suitable for Dharma, because you can be born in places where you may not see the Dharma. You may never, it's illegal to practice the Dharma. There are places, obviously. You know, in the Middle East, it's even illegal to have one statue. They will confiscate when you enter if they find it. They confiscate and they think you will be fined. So, you desperately, if you are born there, you will never meet the Dharma unless you leave the country. So so that's why it's important that, because all of us will take rebirth, and where we're going to take rebirth depends on your karma and depends also on your aspiration. So here, when you do prayers, you pray to take rebirth in a place where it's near the Dharma, near a qualified guru, a qualified teacher. Okay, so we'll meet the Dharma again, hopefully when we are young. But of course, that one depends on our karma and merit. Alright? So this place is very powerful in that sense, and that is the significance. Okay, the Buddha was born here. Buddha is not an ordinary person, hence his birth is miraculous. You know, apparently, Maya Devi is the name of his birth mother. She passed away not long after Buddha was born, and then the aunt took care of him as a foster mother. Alright? And the Buddha himself, apparently upon birth, can stand and walk. He took 7 strides, as in the prayer, remember? And then he proclaimed, that little statue is just the representation of what the Buddha said. He pointed up and he said, "This is my last life." He already knew, he had prior knowledge that he will not take rebirth again. He will become a fully enlightened being, a full enlightened Buddha. Alright, so in this place, in this auspicious place, I want to talk a little bit about, not so much as the Buddha and taking rebirth, but that's the aspiration you need to take to make here. What I want to talk about is a continuation of Kushinaga. What did we talk about? What did I talk about? The selflessness, emptiness of the self. Okay, so ideally, when we've achieved selflessness, we're able to achieve selflessness, we can stop all karma. We can purify all karma. The word is purified, meaning to remove all karmic traces and never experience them, although you have committed them before. All of us have a tremendous amount of karma. So I would like to talk about something His Eminence Sam Rinpoche taught a group of us who received Trapo Sungju initiation. I assume that most of you have received. If you have not received initiation, you'll not be able to do this visualization. Okay, that's self-generation. Because of the self, you create negative karma. Because of the self, you have tremendous amount of attachment. Every moment you enjoy, you create more negative karma. And that karma will continue on. It's a vicious cycle. It's in the moment when you engage in indulge in any attachment, it's negative karma. But there's a way to transform that, to change that. Because let's face it, if I tell you, or Rinpoche tell you, or the Buddha tell you, oh, remove all attachment now, cannot. Run off into the cave. Remember, in Walter's Peak, there's a nice cave there. Maybe for a few of you guys can squeeze in. Anila will lead us. Where's your drop? Sorry, it's a silly running joke of mine. Anila tease her a little bit. Okay, basically, we're not able to do that. So what happens is there's Tantra. Buddha taught the path of Tantra, and the path of Tantra is very simple. It requires one to have initiation. It requires one to be committed to a practice. So if you have received initiation, Trapo Suncho, or any other yidam, you can do self-generation. It's a fancy term to mean you imagine yourself as the Buddha, as your yidam, your Buddha deity. So if you have received Trapo Suncho initiation, you can visualize yourself as Trapo Suncho. What does that mean? It means, for a moment, first, there's 3 steps to it. Self-generation, there's 3 steps. First step is you dissolve yourself. You imagine you disappear. Rinpoche said at this moment, actually, you're supposed to meditate on emptiness, but let's not go so far. Rinpoche said we are not that advanced. Rinpoche said you just imagine you disappear. Your whole body disappear into nothingness. Just imagine, it's imagination at this point. Of course, you won't disappear, don't worry. Just your imagination is not that powerful to make yourself disappear, okay? You're not invisible man or woman. You visualize yourself disappear. You dissolve in that process, you create the cause to dissolve your self-cherishing I. First step. Second step is the seed syllable. You visualize the seed syllable on top of, depends on your visualization power. If you not so good, then just the seed syllable. Hum. Trapo Sunju is hum. Alright? Different deities have different seed syllable. Hum, because it's a Rahu deity, sun disk, yellow color, and then the lotus. If cannot, just a syllable. The mantra goes clockwise around it. And then the deity emerges. From the seed syllable emerges the deity. How does he look like? Trapo Suncho. 2 hands like that, holding the Vajra, tracking mudra. The horse, the green-head horse, the Garuda with wings of swords, holding nagas. I mean, this is for Trapo Suncho. You just visualize, imagine. If you cannot imagine that, you just think you are not you anymore. You are the deity. When do you do this? Why do you do this? To dissolve your self-identity. To start somewhere, okay? To start purifying aeons of selfishness. When is the best time to do it? During puja. Dodishukin puja. During any pujas. Yes? Yes. Okay, Dodishukin puja. So what happens is, that's one. Another time is when you are enjoying something. You're going for a movie. You're going to get a massage. You're going on a dolly, being carried by someone. Yes. Very important to do that, because when you're being carried by someone, you're creating karma then. One day you create karma, you have to carry someone. You have to carry the heavy load of, they becomes your livelihood. So during that time, to cut those karma, that selfish karma, you visualize. So if you do your visualization well, and you're supposed to do every day, your sadhana, in Tibetan sadhana is called dake. That means self-arising. That means you visualize yourself as deity. That's the purpose of the deity yogas that we do in Tibetan Buddhism. Why so many different deity? Why initiation? Why so exotic, so complicated? It's firstly, if you don't have initiation, you can't do it because the visualization is to open something in you. That something is planted by the Lama, the Guru, the person who's giving the initiation. And that initiation is like a seed. Just think of it like a seed. Okay? It's planted in you. And you have to water the seed every single day. You want it to grow. You don't want the seed to die. And what happens is when you water it every single day, doing the sadhana, doing the mantra, the seed will sprout. And what happens is when it sprouts, in the traditional sense, you purify karma. You cut your attachment. Each time you do your self-visualization, when the moment you enjoy something, you cut. Because normally, when you enjoy something, you are collecting negative karma, to be honest. The 3 psychic poisons in the wheel of life represents, which is the snake, the rooster, and the pig. Okay, the rooster, the pig represents ignorance. The pig, that's the pig. The rooster represents attachment. In this case, attachment, not pride. In this case, attachment. And then the snake is anger or hatred. So, for most of us, unless you're very angersome, okay, for most of us, the biggest one will be the rooster. It's constantly, for most of us, because we have pretty comfortable lives. And so we have a lot of attachments. So I've been droning in and telling you about attachment and all that. There is a way, an easier way. Because right now, no matter what I tell you, you still will do it. So to indulge in your attachments, do something more with it. So have a habit of self-realization, of visualizing yourself as a deity. 3 steps. If you cannot, never mind, visualize yourself as a deity, so fine. But if you want it done traditionally, 3 steps. You dissolve yourself first, you visualize you disappear, seed syllable, and the deity emerges. You are no longer you are the deity. So if your visualization is powerful, if you do it every single day, it's very powerful because even spirits, unseen beings will not see you as you, they will see you as the deity. Alright? So that's a very powerful way to cut attachment. This has been taught to me. I received Trapo Century from Rinpoche. I don't normally tell this to people, but I'm telling you now because this instruction had a source. Okay, this instruction and a source is from Rinpoche many years ago. And since many of you received Trapo Century, you can do the visualization. Okay, if you don't do your sadhana every single day, it may not be so powerful to scare away spirits. You cannot, so don't try. Okay, don't visualize. Oh, I'm the spirit. I'm the Lidam. I'm the Lidam. I'm chasing the spirit away. Don't do that. You're not a ghostbuster. You don't have the power of mantra yet. Some more, you don't do your sadhana every single day. Okay, so by right, one should be doing a retreat first. Before, and that's why there is a ruling in Tantra that you have to do retreats before you can do any advanced rituals associated with like getting rid of spirits, blessing people, all that. So at the moment, try to do this to cut your attachment. I'm recommending that, and Rinpoche has said that before as well, to me personally on another teaching in Bali. Normally, like we wear clothes every single day. We buy beautiful clothes. So some of you, in the hotel, you saw the little shop there, the women. Wow. So when you put on clothes, if you visualize yourself as a deity, you're not putting on clothes, you're offering the clothes to the deity. So instead of normally engaging in our attachments, you're someone collecting merit. Alright, so this is I hope this is something that can help all of you guys. And don't forget it. Okay, so there are other things that Rinpoche spoke about. Let me see. About in the Trapo Sumchu. One of them is the visualization in the sadhana. I'll just tell you for auspicious reason. because this is what Rinpoche said. I still remember, it's almost 20 years ago. You dissolve yourself, and then from the syllable in your heart, you don't visualize the deity, but from the syllable, light goes out to the 10 directions. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the 10 directions. And each light, ray of light, there's a little offering goddess. They make offerings to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the Guru tree. And then from them, light rays come forth to you, blessing you, and then you emerge as a deity. That's the visualization that Rinpoche taught us 20 years ago. Those who received the initiation. So I'm telling you, so you can also apply to any other deity that you practice. This is specifically a lower tantric visualization, but it's alright. Alright, so what happens is we spend more time engaging our attachments every single day, enjoying ourselves every single day, doing things, ordinary things. I would say enjoying ourselves, but doing ordinary things. During that time, make the full use of it. Don't only do Dharma 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes before, every single day, and then the rest of the day you do samsara. Even your samsara can be Dharma. If you practice Tantra, it's very powerful, and that's why it's very quick to purify. For us, we probably will not be a powerful Lama or, can control the weather, have dreams of the future, and all that stuff. For us, very important is to purify as much as we can before we pass away. Purify and accumulate merit. These two. It comes together. When you make prayers, it comes together. Okay? It's very important for us. Okay? While we are still alive. While we still can. And in this, as I said in the last place, don't look at this place as an ordinary place. It's not ordinary. It's extraordinary. It's a power place. So when you're here, make the full use. You spend so much time, so much effort, so much money, so much suffering to come here. And I noticed Lumbini is one of the hardest places to come compared to the other three places. It's the hardest. Every time I attempt to come, there's always obstacle, major obstacle. On other trips I came with people, the whole flight was cancelled. We couldn't even make it here. For certain groups. Alright, so you made it here. Yes, you suffered tremendously. Think of it as purification. Don't complain anymore. Okay? Good. Shall we? Any questions before that?
Master David?
Yes.
So, say you buy clothes, as you said. So after that, is there another to end it? Is there like a dedication or dissolve?
No. When you wear the clothes, after you buy, you wear the clothes, you put on the clothes for the first time.
Yes.
Before you put on, you visualize yourself as a deity, and then you put on. So you imagine when you put on your body, it's not your body, it's the deity's body.
Okay.
It's Trapo Suntu's body.
So that becomes an offering.
So it becomes an offering. You collect merit. Okay. You purify some karma. Basically, you purify the karma of attachment.
Mm-hmm.
After they will also sit there so that they can sit there on the cushion. They will still think the. Okay, so you all can sit at the side. We sit at the back here. So then you all can sit more comfortably near the chair.
But we're sitting here, right?
Yeah, it will.